Okay, so now I'm sharing uh, with you one movie. Please watch that movie. It's about animation. I think you have heard about Toy Story, right? So let's take the motivation from the movie. Let's see that how the movie was prepared. Let's watch that. Okay, so I'm sharing that with you. Okay, just a minute. Is it visible? Hello, is it visible to you?
Yes,
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm beginning. Just watch it.
Neglect any detail, no matter how small. From dust particles in the antique shop to subtle signs of aging on the toys, it's all there, rendered incredibly realistically on the big screen. So, how exactly did Pixar bring this intricate world to life? Let's take a look at the
ma'am.
fascinating process that created Toy
हाँ
Story
नेहा, हेलो.
4.
Yes, नेहा.
मैम एक अपना फोन म्यूट कर दीजिए मैम, आवाज डबल डबल आ रहा है।
Okay, okay. ठीक.
From start to finish. For Toy Story 4, as for all Pixar films, story comes first. While the writers draft the script, story artists work alongside them, making preliminary sketches for each scene in the film. These sketches, called storyboards, give the Pixar team an idea of how each scene will go down. Editors then cut the storyboards together into an animatic, or story reel. Basically, a long, detailed flipbook that reflects the pace of each sequence. The story reel is edited with rudimentary sound effects, a scratch soundtrack, and temporary dialogue that's been pre-recorded by Pixar employees. It serves as a rough draft for the movie, allowing the filmmakers to get an idea of how the story will unfold, and hone the sequences before having them animated. Once the storyline is set, the art department and production designers get together to create concept art for the characters and their environments. Meanwhile, character artists lay out how each toy will look in the film. For Toy Story 4, character design involved a lot of research into the toys themselves, how they're made, how they age, and everything in between. The character team found their perfect villain on field trips to antique shops, where they'd often spot vintage dolls lurking in corners. There, the idea for Gabby Gabby was born. This newcomer is a talking doll from the 1950s, and she's designed to come off as very toy-like, in a way that might even give you the creeps at first. On the other hand, it's all warm fuzzies when we meet Ducky and Bunny, a pair of carnival prize toys voiced by Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele. Their loud, bright colors, cheap-looking plush, and sheen finish were designed to look authentic for the kind of toy you'd win at a carnival game. Not the highest in quality, but lovable nonetheless. The character artists also decide on wardrobe. They steered clear from any major changes to most of the toys' signature costumes. But they wanted to update Bo Peep's look to reflect her resourcefulness and sense of adventure, aspects of her character that weren't fully explored in the earlier Toy Stories. So they came up with a convertible costume that allowed Bo to repurpose elements of her outfit on the fly, even turning her dress into a bag or a cape when it suits her.
Time to scout. Visibility is excellent. If we head to higher ground, we can do a full recon of enemy activity in the area.
Another key step in the visual development of the film is the creation of color scripts. These digital illustrations that kind of look like impressionist paintings from the 19th century. Each picture depicts a single frame in the movie, helping filmmakers start to define the style, lighting scheme, and general mood of each shot, and figure out how the colors in each scene will relate to the overall storyline. All of these illustrations provide reference material for the next stage of computer modeling. This is when the toys and their environments begin to take form in three-dimensional space. Modeling artists take the basic shapes of the characters, sets, and props and mold them into a 3D mesh, then sculpt and refine these builds until they're satisfied. In constructing the sets, scale was a chief concern, as the artists wanted to accurately represent the diminutive size of the toys relative to their surroundings. To nail down that contrast, they photographed models of the toys interacting with objects out in the real world, then used those photos for reference. The character models require an extra step.
So, how long is this gonna take?
You can't rush art.
They get rigged with a movable skeleton, which has controls placed around its face, its joints, and the rest of its body. Like a really advanced digital puppet, animators will then be able to manipulate the character's movement using its unique set of controls, making it act and emote in precise ways as the story requires. So the characters can now move, and they have sets to move around in. But something's missing. Neither the characters nor their sets have any surface characteristics, making everything kind of fall flat. That's where shading, or surfacing, comes in. Shading artists' job is to furnish the 3D models with the kind of textures, finishes, and tints they'd have in real life, lending them visual complexity and charm. Some of this work is done using shaders, computer programs that know how to simulate a range of materials, like plastic, fabric, metal, wood, glass, hair, or skin. Clever software proved useful for the 10,000 items that filled the antique shop. Shading art director Laura Phillips said her team saved time by developing a language of 3 different ages for the many items in the store: fairly new, moderately aged, and extremely aged. They applied varying degrees of texture to the objects according to that visual language, but a lot of the shading was done by hand, especially for the most central and visible items, like the carnival game where Buzz accidentally lands himself. The sets team reasoned that in a traveling carnival, games like this one would have to be quickly assembled, torn down, and stowed away, so they'd probably look a little beaten up. To capture that, artists painted welding marks on the grid backdrop of the booth. This fit the game's shabby look, with its slightly warped metal bars and visible rusting. Of course, special attention was also lavished on the shading of the characters. For plastic toys like Woody and Buzz, the shading artist created an algorithm to simulate the effect of light penetrating a slightly translucent surface, such as plastic. Meanwhile, they added subtle signs of wear and tear to the toys to reflect their histories. The threads on Woody's clothes have started fraying. There are dirt smudges on his hand and chin, and the seam on his vest has worn thin. Buzz has plenty of scratches of his own, especially near his joints, and his stickers have begun to bubble, pucker, and peel. You can also see felt poking out of certain spots on Jessie's hat. These specific scuffs towards the front of Gabby's shoes could only result from the distinct walking style of an older doll like her. The scratch effect on Forky's cheeks indicates his past life as an eating utensil, and Beau's porcelain shows signs of crazing, the type of micro cracks that appear in the glaze of ceramics. Now that the characters have started looking more tangible and real, the cast members visit the studio to record their voice performances. The sessions are filmed so that the actors' expressions can guide their characters' facial animations later on. Before that, though, is layout, when the characters are set up in front of a virtual camera. Layout artists in an animated movie function similarly as a camera team would in any live-action movie. Guided by the storyboards, they place the characters appearing in a scene into the appropriate set, arrange the characters in front of the camera, and block out their basic movements within the right camera angles. At this point, the sets may not be completely dressed yet, meaning more props might be added later on. But layout helps the set dressers determine the best placement of every object within the composition of each shot. Once the scenes have been staged, the animation team gets them moving, bringing all the primary and secondary characters to life.
The toys are alive! Nice, darling.
Each character is defined by up to 1,000 avars, or hinges, that are built into their skeleton. If the animators are like puppeteers and the characters are their puppets, the avars represent the strings on a puppet, points of possible movement that the animators manipulate to make their characters act and emote. Every day, the animation department comes together to analyze the 1 or 2 seconds of film they've just put into motion, and talk about ways they can make those few seconds even more expressive. Since the shots in Pixar films are so complex, it can take 8 weeks or more to animate a single shot. The character animation is also highly specific. The way each character moves in Toy Story 4 was informed by what type of toy they were and what personality traits they gave off.
Times Prime gives you access to 6 months of Sony Live and a year of Z5. And a
I'm stopping it here. It's a bit long story, but I'm stopping it here. And the reason is that, I think you all have understood by now that, animation, when we talk about animation is not just one single terminology that, you use the word animation. And animation is all about, like, it's about it's about voice, it's about shading, it's about transition of the objects. So it's about many things, right? So today we'll be learning about animation, and as we begin, the basic software that we have with us is PowerPoint. But what motivation you people should get out of this movie is that you watch it later on when you at home on your laptops. Please watch this movie and try to understand that how um, time taking this whole process has been. And another thing is that the job opportunities and which are there in animation are endless. One more thing is that if you are a creative person, then definitely you should pursue animation, and you should definitely do some very good project in animation, because as you can see that these projects are long projects, and so you have the chance to learn so many things. And plus, again, it's very good if you really want a different kind of a job where actually you are doing a job but you don't feel like you are working, like you are following your passion, you are doing what you want to do. So today I'm sharing my PPT with you, and I'll today will be talking about animation, and we'll see how you can do animation. Last time also, I actually have given you some presentation about the animation. Let me share you my PPT so that all of you can understand that how what animation is and how we apply animation. I think this movie will be definitely helping you all in understanding that how the animation takes place. Okay, is it visible, my dear? All of you, is it visible? The screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay, so let's begin animation. And in this, you'll be learning about animation only. So first thing is that what is animation? Okay, Suraj, can you read out loudly what is animation? How we can define animation? Just now you have seen also that the animated movies, how the animated movie has been created. So basically, if we go by a typical definition of animation, what it is like, can you read it loudly? Can you read it loudly? Yes, please. Hello? Yes, Suraj. Okay, I think Suraj is not there. Okay, let me read it for you. So, animation, as we know, it is a set of effects that can be applied to objects in PowerPoint. Why am I talking about PowerPoint? Because that is the basic software that all of you have the access, and all of you are having right now. Definitely, there are other softwares also about which I'll be talking about in this tutorial. So that in PowerPoint, if we talk about the set of effects that can be applied to the objects, and so that they will animate in the slideshow, they can be added under the custom animation. If we talk about the PowerPoint, and just a minute, let me. Now, is it visible to all of you? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So animation, if we talk about, it refers to the graphic element that displays movement. Just now you watched the toy movie, Toy Story. Now in Toy Story, you have seen that all the toys were talking to each other. All there was a story which actually, that was depicted in that movie. All the toys were talking to each other. You were feeling as if toys can talk to each other. I mean, the toys are not something alive. They're not alive. They're the objects. But the objects were talking to each other. They were having the human-like expressions. They were behaving as if they are in search of something. It is a story, so they're telling a story, and each character is been designed to such a detail that the wear and tears are also quite visible in the movie, that some wear and tear happened in the in the on these toys. Another thing is the surroundings. They were given great shadings also, so that the shade, the whole surrounding, or the set which they created, it was looking real. It was not looking artificial. It was looking real. That in the real setup, the whole thing has been recorded, and these toys are the live objects, and these are talking to each other. We were having that kind of a feeling. So when we design animation, when we work on animation, we actually have that the objects, we see that the objects display movement, so we apply the kind of settings on them. Same thing we do in the PowerPoint. So when you apply some visual effects to your content in your slide or to the entire slide, then the outcome which we know is called the animated slide. So I think you all can prepare one animated slide, I think, yes? Now, popular presentation software like PowerPoint it is packaged with animation features so that you can use various animation methods to animate graphics, text, bullets, titles, images, and other visual content. Animation in PowerPoint helps your audience to feel interested in the presentation, and animation artwork is created with the help of auto shape feature of the PowerPoint. These effects are then applied to the object using the custom animation. Now, again, the question comes that what are the various types of animations available in PowerPoint? Since you all have been introduced to Microsoft Office, so it's not that this is something new to you, but the thing is the kind of work which is required, particularly in animation, maybe it has not been done, because every one of you have used PowerPoint for creating your presentations. But if I talk about specifically about the animation, then to that depth, you people have not used animation in your slides, because the content is what? Content is like programming language. Content is like your synopsis. Content is text based. Content is textual. So what you have not applied? You have not applied the animation, right? So what are the various types of animations which are available? Let us see. Number one is transitions. So if we talk about transitions, so the type of animation which is applied between the slide, when you pass from one slide to the another, means when you click and the next slide appears, then what happens? The slide or the text comes in flying, it is moving out flying, or maybe in different patterns it is coming on the slide. So that kind of a transition happens, and the transition phase is on the ribbon. I'm just showing you the demo. Okay, just wait. I'm just creating I'm on this slide only. I'm on this slide only, and as you can see, all of you, can you see this? All of you can see this? My pointer is on animation. Yes. Hello. Hello. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So click on animation, and as you can see that there are transitions are there, that you know how you'll be moving it around, and see the transition sound, the sound is also here, right? So, and if you want, you can apply this on all the slides. If you want, you can apply on all the slides. I will show you one, like you know, I am on this slide, and as you can see, I'm just clicking on the sound, and now I'm using the sound of the camera. Okay, so and then I'm going back, and I'm just you know see this. So I am choosing the sound camera, and I'm keeping the speed. See, this is the transition. This one is the transition is slow. Okay, and see, when I'll be using this, because I'm using PowerPoint, so it's good that I can use it. See, so I'm again repeating it. आपको आवाज सुनाई दिया? दोबारा सुनिए, आवाज सुनाई दिया?
Yes, ma'am.
So again, you can apply the sound here in transition sound. Now again, now let us apply some kind of an effect. Okay. So this is where you can apply the effect also. So the sound is there and the transition effect is also there. Okay. So have you seen the demo? Okay. Now let's move on to that. What are the various types of, you know, again, animations available in PowerPoint? So this is one which you have seen. Another one is, first one is the transition, right? Another one is the animation. Now, as you can see, animation option, as it is available on the toolbar, I'm into that. And you can apply the visual effects to the objects in your slide. So you can animate text, you can animate images, charts, videos by selecting any animation option of your choice present in the PowerPoint. And now, as you can see, there are various options available. Now right now I'm saying no animation. Okay, it was selected no, and can you see this? No animation is selected. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm saying this is what fade, this is fly in, so I'm saying fly in. If I choose fly in, okay, so I can actually choose any kind of an animation here. Okay, here let's say fade, like this. Can you see the animation? Can you see the object is all at once going and coming back? Now, if I want, yes. Now, if I want only, I want to apply animation on this word, then what I'll do is, I'll be saying wipe. Let's say, let's change it to something else. Okay. See this. So if you want to see it, I have to run it one more time. Okay. So can you see that, you know, it is applying the effect. So you have animate, you know, again, the tool here, you can go for that. If you want to go for custom animation, you can go for some custom animations also. Click on the custom animation, and here you can add the effect, entrance, emphasis, exit, then motion path also. Let's do something nice. Okay, let's go for motion path, and then let's go for diagonal. Okay, I'm applying. See this. Can you see the content coming here? Right now, if I want to change it, I want to make it effects, and I want to say motion path, and I want to say right. Okay, so see, is it moving? So animation is moving to right, right? So you can add the effects, and you can ask your titles to move here and there. See. So wherever you want, you can put the characters. Okay, now if you don't want a particular, then you can remove that also. Okay, And see, from here also you can play. Okay, you can play like this. Okay, and if you want to remove something, you can remove that also. I press the delete button and I've changed. So you can press the delete button. You can use the remove option also, right? Again, let's say change. Now I'm saying this is it. I'm saying add effect and I'm saying emphasis. I'm saying change font. Okay. So now the font will be changed. Let's see how it happens. See. Can you see the font is changing? Right? Can you see the font is changing? Again, I'm doing it for you. See. Can you see the font is changing? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what animation, and this is the power of animation, that you can attract anybody to really watch your, you know, presentations. Now, earlier the font was Times New Roman, and I'm changing it to something else. See, let us play. दोबारा देखें. See this. Can you see the font is changing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is what the power of animation which you can apply. I am teaching you so that you can add all these effects to your slide, because when you will be submitting your projects, when you will be designing, all these things need to be added there, right? Now, after animation, see, as I have already told you, this one entrance animation and exit animation and motion path animation and emphasis. I've actually used all that. Again, let us try one more time. So can you tell me what happens in the entrance animation? See, when I say add effects, these are into custom animation. Now in custom animation, see, there are following animation options are there: entrance, emphasis, exit, motion path. Okay. Now in entrance is which color? Green color. Entrance is green color. In this you can use blinds. Like, see, I've applied blinds like that. Okay. So you can add the effect blinds. What else you can do in entrance? You can go for box, check box, diamond, fly in, and there are many more options. Click on more options and see, you will get all options there. Can you see the options? Add entrance effect,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And uh, see, you can go for faded zoom also, like this. Okay. Yeah, you can go for faded swivel. Okay. So there are many effects that you can do. Now coming to the exit animation. Exit animation is in the red color. Can you see the red color here? Exit is written. Now again it says when you'll be exiting, what will happen? What kind of an effect do you want? So you say that I want a diamond, I want a checkboard, I want a box. So let's go for diamond this time. Okay. So again, you can apply this. I'm just showing you one more time. You can choose from the following animation: entrance, exit, motion path, emphasis. Now see, I applied swivel. So see, the characters are moving, right? See, all the characters are taking a turn. See how beautiful it is looking. Now it depends that, where are you using all these effects, but you can really, attract all your audience by applying all these good effects in your presentation. See, one by one it is coming to the line. and the swivel effect which I applied can be seen properly. Okay. So all the letters are like moving. All the letters are moving. And on the one by one, everything is gone. And coming to the next one. Okay. So how do you like it? This effect is very nice. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
You can apply the effect in the custom animation and you can see. Okay, coming to the next um, slide, which talks about how to apply animation to your presentation slide. So as I told you, the steps that you will be following is that first of all, you have to select the target, as I have just taken the slide, but you can actually apply this onto some object also. And then text, image, anything you can apply. Add animation option, go to the animation pane, and then you can find out, as I have shown you, you can find out entry, emphasis, exit, motion path, animation options, and then you can choose the options that you want, and you can also set the time and duration. Okay, because right now I've not set the time and duration, so I can set the time and duration also on each slide. That also can be done. These are the motion paths I have shown you just now. Okay, like we can choose. See, if we choose up, one by one it's going up. See, okay. So we can actually
Yes,
apply
ma'am.
various styles here, and we can be very sure. See, some more motion paths are there. Let us go for octagon. See, I'm just showing you. Let us go for octagon. See, this is octagon. This is octagon. This is octagon. And this is octagon. Now, can you see that it is moving in like a ring? It is moving. Okay. So, see these octagons being prepared here when you apply, and your text is moving in this direction. So, again, we have applied the octagon here. If you want to add more effects, there are so many effects available. More motion paths. So, there are so many motion paths are there. Like you can have the point star. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Like again, I'm saying I have applied too much in this, but no worry. Let's see how it happens. This is octagon. This is point star. This is point star. So it's like, you have given the points 1, 2, 3 like that. So you can actually give a point star like this, and okay, and use it in your presentation. Okay. Now there are some tips which you should remember while you are adding the animation. Number one thing is you have to keep this animation simple, because as you can see that I have applied 2, 3 different types on one slide, and it's looking quite messy. It's not presentable. So while you are applying the animation for any business presentation, then please do not overdo. Just ensure that whatever animation you're using should be minimal, should be as required, not too much. That don't try to put everything in one slide, on one slide, or maybe in one presentation. Keep something for for other time also, and ensure the timing and animated object synchronity should be there. That how it is synchronizing. If it is not synchronizing properly, then it will really look awkward. So don't do that. And uh, just now I'll be showing you the motion path. Okay. And one more time I'll be showing you see how the motion path is being set up. Now, as we know that animation is a method which figures are manipulated to appear as moving images. In traditional animation, images are painted. Images are drawn or painted by hand on transparent celluloid sheets to be photographed and exhibited on the film. But today, most animations are made with the computer generated imagery CGI, and we know that now it is all done in computers. Now let us come to the some of the softwares for the animations, right? So the softwares are Keyshot, K3D, Powtoons. I think I have introduced Powtoons to you earlier also. Blender, Animaker, and Synfig Studio, Plastic Animation Paper. These are the softwares available for animation. And here are some more, softwares which I'm showing you. Just hold on. Just I'm showing you. Wait. Just a minute. Okay. Please tell me when it is visible to you. Uh, is this thing visible to you? This is a Dora Toon, right? You can create the online animated video. So you can make online animated videos here. So I would really like then that for DPM project, some of you who really wish to do something different should try these softwares and should really design your artwork of desktop.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
another one is this one. Is it visible? Anyont?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is again is where you can do animation. You have to try out that which one suits you, what do you want to do, and pencil also I told you, no? Let me show you pencil. This is 2D, pencil 2D. This is pencil 2D. You can download, right? The tutorials are also given here. Let's watch one of the tutorial here. This is, I hope it is visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I hope you got lot of motivation today to continue your project, to design your project. And I am really very optimistic that you people will definitely give me some nice projects also. Today is the project lab, and I want that first of all, I should get all the names of you and your topics also in which you're doing the project. Okay, you are a senior student, so you should give me what all projects you will be doing. And these are all fun projects. DPM projects are really, you can increase your creativity, you can showcase that yes, you can do something different. Those who are already working on code some different portals, like last time also you were doing some programming, Blockly you were using. So if you are using Blockly, just enhance that, enhance your last year's project, and that also can be done. Something new can be created in that. But if you want to do some creative stuff, Kushi, if you want to create a movie, if you want to create a sketch of your parents, let me talk about, okay? Because see, photographs all of you are having. If you can manipulate and if you can do something, then your family will also be very happy with you that you're really learning something. You might be having your own photograph. Why don't you use that, right? Why don't you create your own profile? Why don't you create your own small animated movie before the presentation begins? That so please do that, okay? And I think today's this much motivation is enough for all of you to understand that animation is very important as far as the presentation is concerned, because it enhances the beauty of the presentation. It makes the audience engage, it makes the audience interested in your presentation. And as we have to begin for the PowerPoint, so we will definitely be trying all the animations. See, if it is a tutorial, if it is a simple thing, the text thing, or a serious meeting, you really don't require too much of animation. But if it is something which you have to showcase interesting presentation or something, then you have to understand that what is that I can do, what minimalistic approach I can keep so that I can make my PowerPoint presentation very impressive. One more thing I told you, that in Google also gives you slide option. So please do not tell me that I don't have PowerPoint. All of you are using Google, all of you using Gmail. In your Gmail, again, apps are available, right? Gmail provides, the Google provides you all the slide options also, where you can create your own slide, where you can do lot of stuff there. So please do not say that I am not having that. Okay, all of you have to try. If you cannot try any other animated animation software, then at least you have PowerPoint in which you can try and you can create something very nice. So I think I'm sure that I'm going to get very good projects this time. Yes, because the time is also less. Yes. What about
Yes,
Rajesha?
ma'am.
हाँ
Ma'am,
हाँ जी.
so that link मैम सेंड ग्रुप में मैम, जो आपने एनिमेशन के लिए उसके लिए जो वीडियो दिखाया था, तो
अच्छा, पिक्सर
जो साइट
का
जो
लिंक.
आपने बताया था,
हाँ हाँ
साइट
हाँ, मैं
साइट
समझ गई. मैं अभी आपको लिंक भेज दे रही हूँ. आप उसको समझिए कि वो कैसे किया गया है. और उतना एक्सटेंसिव नहीं, क्योंकि डेफिनेटली आपको सॉफ्टवेयर का जरूरत होगा. उतना एक्सटेंसिव नहीं, मगर फिर भी कुछ अच्छा आप जरूर कर सकते हैं. अगर उतना एक्सटेंसिव नहीं भी करें काम, तो भी फिर भी कुछ भी तो अच्छा आप कर सकते हैं. दूसरी बात ये कि व्हाट इज द स्टेटस ऑफ IBM ट्रेनिंग? कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी, एनी वन ऑफ यू? चल रहा है आपका ट्रेनिंग? चल रहा है आपका इंटर्नशिप? चल रहा है? यस सूरज. हेलो नेहा, व्हाट इज द स्टेटस ऑफ IBM इंटर्नशिप?
मैम मेरा तो लॉगिन ही नहीं हो रहा है मैम, क्योंकि जीमेल हम लोग का लॉगिन नहीं होता है, ज्ञान बिहार वाला.
बाकी और लोग, आपने अपनी इंडिविजुअल आईडी से भी कई लोगों ने रजिस्टर करवाया था, मैंने तब भी आपको बोला था, तो आप उससे भी करा सकते हैं बेटे. खैर,
मैम उससे ही
एनीवेज
ट्राई करेंगे.
एनीवेज हाँ, एनीवेज जो भी है उसे करिए, उसे खत्म करिए. आपके सर्टिफिकेट्स
यस मैम,
जनरेट होने चाहिए. हम्म, हम्म, हम्म. हाँ जी
मैम वो मेरा जीमेल का पासवर्ड
बेटे,
अवेलेबल नहीं
पासवर्ड
था।
देखिए देखिए, आप एक बात समझिए, जीमेल का पासवर्ड आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। आप उसे कभी भी रीसेट करते हैं, आपको जब इनिशियली दिया जाता है सबको सेम दिया जाता है। अब ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है कि आपको लुक आफ्टर करना है आपका ऑफिशियल ईमेल आईडी। ये तो बड़ी फनी बात हुई कि आपने एक जॉब ज्वाइन किया, वहां पे आपको एक लॉगिन मिला और आप बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे पासवर्ड नहीं पता, अब मैं काम कैसे करूं। भाई ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है
मैम
कि
पासवर्ड दिया ही नहीं है, मतलब
बेटे
माई ज्ञान बिहार डॉट
नहीं
कॉम
नहीं
लगा
नहीं
हुआ
नहीं नहीं नहीं, सबको पासवर्ड दिया जाता है। सभी को पासवर्ड दिया जाता है, ऐसा होता ही नहीं है कि पासवर्ड ना मिले, फिर लॉगिन ही क्यों क्रिएट किया जा रहा है। आप खुद सोचिए ना थोड़ा सा लॉजिकली कि क्यों क्रिएट किया जा रहा है। अब बात करें और बच्चों से जो लोग यूज कर रहे हैं, वो लोग कैसे यूज कर रहे हैं वो बात को समझे। ठीक है ना, कि वो लोग कैसे यूज कर रहे हैं उसको, देखें उसको। और आप सभी लोग जो है अपने मेल का जो भी कंसर्न है, जो भी प्रॉब्लम है, उसको रिजॉल्व करा लें। अगर आपका नहीं हो रहा है तो उसको रिजॉल्व करा लें, है ना, क्रिएट करवा करके। ठीक है। और अगर अभी जिस भी बच्चे को दिक्कत है अपना नाम मेरे को भेज दें लिख करके कि मैम मुझे ये दिक्कत है। ठीक है। तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में जब हम मिलेंगे, अभी हम वीडियो कंप्रेशन सॉरी वीडियो टाइप्स कर चुके हैं, हम डिफरेंट फाइल फॉर्मेट्स कर चुके हैं लास्ट उसमें। आज हमने डिफरेंट एनिमेशंस के बारे में बात की, क्योंकि वो भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट एरिया है इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द multimedia and desktop publishing. So in multimedia, animation again is a very important thing. So I think in today's class, uh, the motivation is clear that all of you have to create this type of good project using some good software. Clear to everyone? Okay, just hold on for a moment. I have to show you something else also. Just a minute. Hello, I'm showing you Animaker. Just a minute. ये एनीमेकर है, आई थिंक आपको विजिबल होगा। एक मिनट रुकिएगा। See, it says create the future of video making starts here. Can you all of you can see that video? See this one like this. Can you see? There are so many templates, ready-made templates available. These templates are there. You can use these templates. You can make the animation. Okay. So many characters are there, so you can add the characters. Okay. Backgrounds are there, so you can use the backgrounds. Music and tracks are also available. Okay. So this is again a good software you can create your first video here. Okay. So I have given you the idea of many softwares today which you people can use. Okay. Hello. So we'll meet in the next class, and by that time we meet, you should decide that what is that you were going to do. Okay. Thank you so much for attending my class. We'll meet in the SAD class. Okay.
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 मैम
हाँ बोले बेटा.
लैब है